Good morning, everyone. We are here together looking at Find Both Parts, Part A, Lesson 8.10. This is Monday. Happy Monday. And let's go ahead and get started. All right, for question check-in, let's make sure that those listening ears are turned on. You can show me that your eyes are on my screen. Can you hold up cactus hands for me? Show me that you're not holding any toys, pencils, markers, anything that could distract you. And go ahead and wave good morning to each other. You can put your hands down and take a deep breath. Go ahead and let that breath out. Are you going to give this lesson your absolute best? Give me 2 thumbs up. Perfect. All right, guys, remember that we are recording every lesson that we have here so that you can go back and watch the lesson again if you ever need to. And don't forget about our classroom rules. Our lesson goals for today are: I can find both parts in a combined story problem using models. Today, we are going to work on finding both parts when we have a model. There are 3 problem-solving steps that we want to remember: understand it, plan it, and solve it. All right, so I want you to go ahead and say those with me. Understand it, plan it, and solve it. The first one is called understand it, the second is plan it, and the third is solve it. Let's go ahead and review what these steps are and what they mean. So step 1, understand it, is where we read the problem. Then we underline what we've been given or what we know, what numbers we've been given, the information that we've been given. Then we want to highlight or underline the question, what are they asking me? And I'm only underlining and highlighting key parts. I can decide at this point what I'm trying to find, what the question is asking me to find, and then decide if I need to add or subtract. Step two is to make a plan. So now we have to decide which strategy do I want to use to set up for success. And so I choose a strategy. Do I want to use a number line, a part-part whole table? Do I want to use a number bond? Do I want to use the counting on method or draw a picture to help me solve? So then after you've chosen your plan, your strategy, you draw out that strategy, you plug in what you've been given or what you know, and then you draw a triangle or some kind of shape to signify the unknown part or total that you're trying to find. Step 3 is to solve it. That means that we are going to after we've completed the plan, we're going to find the missing total or the missing part by solving using that strategy. All right, so now we are going to look at this problem about Sarah. So I'm going to model this for you, and I want you to pay extra close attention without writing. That way you know what to do during we do time. So step 1, understand it. I'm going to read the problem. Sarah has 4 flowers, and she has a short vase and a tall vase to put them in. How many flowers can Sarah put in each vase? Notice in this problem, we need to highlight or underline what we've been given. So I know that Sarah has 4 flowers, Okay. She has a short vase and a tall vase to put them in. How many flowers, my question is, and I'll highlight this part. How many flowers can Sarah put in each vase? Okay. All right. So I know that I have a total of 4 flowers. So I've been given my total. So I'm going to write the letter T above the 4 flowers. That's what I've been given. Okay, I've been given the total. I know that I have a short vase and I have a tall vase, but I don't know how many flowers I need to put in each one. All I know is my question is asking me how many flowers can Sarah put in each vase. So notice here, both parts are missing. I've been given a total, but I'm missing both parts. But I can still solve this. So I have the total amount of flowers are 4 flowers, right? But we don't have either part for the vase, but we have a lot of options here. How many flowers can Sarah put in each vase? Okay, so you can have multiple correct answers for this, right? You can have multiple correct answers for this. So I'm trying to find both of my missing parts. So I'm going to go ahead and write 2 P's right there by the question, telling me I need to find both missing parts. Now I'm moving on to step 2, plan it, and I'm going to use a picture to help me solve. That is the strategy that I'm using. Okay, so I have 2 vases, I have my flowers at the top, and now I need to go ahead and use this strategy to help me solve. So plugging in what I know, I already plugged that in, right? I have the 4 flowers drawn at the top and the 2 vases at the bottom. So now I can just simply solve by showing how many flowers can Sarah put in each vase. Well, I could put 2 in each vase. Okay. I could put all 3 in the larger vase. I mean, I could put all 4 in the larger vase. I could put all 4 in the smaller vase. I could put 3 in the larger vase and 1 in the smaller, or vice versa. So that is showing how I could show this, right? So again, the problem didn't say it had to be equal. So we could show these different options, and you could actually write that down. You could say, Sarah could put 4 flowers in the larger vase and 0 in the smaller one, or she could put 3 in the larger one and 1 in the smaller one, and you could just show those different options to answer your question, or you could even just show 1. All right, so we are going to move on to we do time, and we are going to use our part total table as our strategy. But before we jump into anything, we need to grab our materials. You can pause this video, and then you can press play when you have your materials. All right, friends, you should have your materials in front of you. We're using the part total table or graph to solve, but we first need to complete step 1, understand it. So let's go ahead and read the problem. Jared has nickels and dimes. He has 15 coins in all. How many of each coin could Jared have? So we want to show all of the different options for what he could have. But before we do that, let's go ahead and understand our problem more. Let's underline what we've been given. So Jared has nickels and he has dimes. He has 15 coins in all. I'm underlining in all because that is very important. That is telling me that that's the total. Okay, my question is, how many of each coin could Jared have? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And now that I understand the problem, so what am I looking for? I'm missing both parts here. So I'm trying to find both parts. I've been given my total, and so now I'm ready to move on to step 2, plan it. I'm using the part total table to help me solve. And so I'm going to plug in what I've been given. So I've been given 15 coins as my total, but I am missing both parts. So I'm putting a triangle in each of those because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, Jared has nickels and he has dimes. I know that a nickel is worth 5 cents. And I know that dimes are each worth 10 cents. So I can use this part total table to solve by writing where my triangles are different options. Okay, so I could have 1 nickel. I'm trying to reach 15, right? He has 15 coins in all. Jared has nickels and dimes. He has 15 coins in all. So I could have 1 nickel, and I could have 15. Sorry, guys. Let me erase that. I'll go ahead and draw For 5 cents for the nickel, it's going to be dark blue. For 10 cents, it's going to be red. Okay, so I could have 1 nickel. Wait, hold on. I'll just abbreviate. Okay, I could have 1 nickel, and I could have 14 dimes. Okay, and that would equal 15 coins total. I could have 2 nickels, and I could have 13 dimes. I could have 3 nickels and 12 dimes, and that would equal 15 coins. I could have 4 nickels and 11 dimes, 5 nickels and 10 dimes, 6 nickels and 9 dimes, 7 nickels and 8 dimes, or 8 nickels and 7 dimes. I could have 9 nickels and 6 dimes, 10 nickels and 5 dimes, 11 nickels and 4 dimes, 12 nickels and 3 dimes, 13 nickels and 2 dimes, 14 nickels and 1 dime. So this is showing you all the different options of what you could have on your part total table. Didn't really have to write much for We Do Time. I know that was a very broad explanation of what we're working on today, but we will practice more in You Do Time, and I'm only going to ask you to show me one option for You Do Time. You don't have to write that long list. So go ahead and take your brain break, and then you guys can press play and come back to your seats. All right, this is You Do Time. So what I want you to do is first, step 1, understand it, read the problem. Your learning coach can help you read it. Step 2, write down on your board or paper key parts, what you need to know, key points of what you need to know. And then step 2, you are going to plan it after you figure out what you know, what you need to know. Then you can choose a strategy to help you solve. And the question is, how many pieces of fruit could Sarah put in each bag? So again, you're missing both parts here. You're trying to, you have the total, you're missing both parts. You're trying to find both parts. And so go ahead and pick your strategy and just give me one way that's how many pieces of fruit could Sarah put in each bag. Show me one way, okay? And Learning Coach, you can take a picture of their board and send it to me on Class Dojo text message or email, and that will give them credit for completing this recording. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. We worked on combined problems, finding both parts. So finding both parts in a combined problem. I cannot wait to see what your answers are, and we are going to work more on this on Tuesday and broaden your horizon on this. But you guys did such a great job. You may log off, and I will see you next time. Bye.